Update. The Boston free speech rally, they just cleared the stage up there. There are tens of thousands of alt-left protesters, Antifa, anti-Americans out there marching against freedom of speech. The First Amendment is under assault by the alt-left. The First Amendment is currently suspended. The alt-left is currently, I don't even know how to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but unfortunately, it looks like the stage was just cleared up there in Boston. I'm not there, I'm here in Washington, D.C. I haven't been able to get a hold of anyone up there. I was trying to reach out, but it looks like they're shutting it down in the face of overwhelming protests by the alt-left. People are starting to get violent. There are tens of thousands of people right now. Go look in Boston. Go look in Boston at the tens of thousands of people protesting against freedom of speech. There are American veterans. There are people there with American flags. There are people there with Trump hats, Trump signs, and they've been shut down. They've been shut down for their freedom of speech. They've been shut down. There are no neo-Nazis in Boston at that rally. There are no white supremacists there. They are simply Trump supporters, and they have been shut down. They have completely been shut down. They are getting hopefully escorted out there safely. I hope to God they're safe. I hope to God that everything is okay. I'm hearing now that they're being evacuated currently. So I'm right here at Trump DC. You guys can see exactly where I am in this video. Everyone knows this landmark. They chanted Nazi at VA Shiva. They chanted Nazi at VA Shiva, a guy who is an Indian American. Yeah, Joe Biggs is there. I'm here in Washington DC. Tanya Tay is with me. So they're shutting it down right now. The stream's just disappeared. It looks like they're evacuating from the stage. And this is it, folks. This is it. This is America with the alt-left. This is alt-left America. This is alt-left America. If you want to get anything trending, get that trending. Hashtag alt-left America. Boston is the... CNN just put up a rally, put up an article that said... CNN just put up an article that said, Antifa, fighting for peace with violence. Fighting for peace with violence. That's terrorism, okay? That is actual terrorism. That is actual terrorism that's going on. They shut down protected political speech by the threat of violence. That is literally the definition of terrorism. There are what? Less than 100 people there at the rally. You try to have a meeting. Try to get together. Try to talk about what's going on in the country. Try to talk about their beliefs. Try to talk about their political beliefs. To talk to each other. Have a dialogue. The other side didn't show up for that. The other side show up screaming F you, screaming Nazi, screaming shut them down. The other side is the alt-left. The other side is the fascist side. Dear, do you want to... So we're here in Washington, D.C. And dear, hello. So I know we've talked about this before, but dear, what country were you born in?
I was born in the USSR.
And in the USSR, or even, you know, in some of those countries today, are you able to have a rally for if you're pushing one side in politics?
Oh no, actually, as of right now, if you even gather in the city squares in group more than like 3 or 4 people, the police will immediately take it down, and you will not be able. You're not actually allowed to hold any of the speech, so-called.
So this is what happened in the USSR. This is what happened in the USSR. This is what happened in communism. This is what happens when you have Marxist, Leninist, alt-left thoughts coming out. That is Antifa. That is the alt-left. That is who CNN is supporting. Someone said they're charging the platform. I don't know if I've seen that, but I did see that there are people who were tearing down the American flag. There was a woman who was holding an American flag, an Antifa terrorist grabbed it from her and assaulted her for holding an American flag in the city of Boston.
I think they were trying to steal it and hopefully not burn it, I mean, but who knows at this point.
Well, we know Antifa burns American flags. They burned them in Philadelphia in front of me. They burned them in Seattle.
He dragged
her away. He dragged her away as she was holding the American flag. So that's, guys, America got started in Boston. Remember that? The American Revolution, the revolution against the Great Britain, against the UK, started against King George, started in Boston. Well, unfortunately, we've got another revolution that's starting in Boston right now, and it's a communist revolution. It is a communist, Marxist, alt-left revolution. That is what they're pushing. Anyone who thinks that you have freedom of speech anymore, it's a mob, okay? It's a mob violence, mob rule. That is what's going on now. That's what we're seeing in the streets of America. So wake up. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen. There was a veteran there from Korea. They screamed, "F you, Nazi scum," to a veteran of the United States military, the veteran of the Korean War. That's what's going on in our world today, in our country today. So there you go, guys. You can see it. You can see it right now. You can see exactly what's going on. You can see exactly what's happening. This is the alt-left. CNN has completely joined forces with the alt-left. They're saying that Antifa is a peaceful group. They said that Antifa, they have to use violence. They're saying that Antifa, well, you know, they don't want to be violent, but they have to. So that's CNN today. CNN is supporting terrorism. CNN is supporting the alt-left. CNN is supporting extremism. They are trying to start Civil War II for ratings. And what they're trying to do is support a communist revolution in the United States. That is what is happening today. Go look at the streets of Boston and you tell me who is in charge of things. Go look at the streets of Boston, which just a few years ago underwent a terrible tragedy. Go look at what they're doing now. They're shutting down freedom of speech. Shutting it down. There's no Confederates in Boston today. There's no one with swastikas. There's no one with Nazi flags. I was looking at the videos, guys. Show me one. Show me one. Show me one thing that was there. Show me one Nazi flag that was there at Boston. Show me one KKK. No, it's American flags, Trump hats, Trump shirts. That's what's going on there. That's what's going on up in Boston today. And you watch, they're gonna shut down the coverage and they're gonna say, oh, it ended. They're gonna say, oh, it ended. Well, we're gonna tell you the truth. We're gonna tell you what's going on. We are gonna give you the true story about what's happening in our streets, because this is America. This is the alt-left America. This is the rise of the alt-left, the rise of Marxism, the rise of the communist revolution in our country. If you're going to stand up and call it out and do something about it, you need to take a stand right now. You need to take a stand today. This is the disgusting display of fascist, Stalinist, Marxist thought in Boston. I'm disgusted for the city of Boston. I'm disgusted for what's going on in our country. I feel shame on Boston. Shame on Boston today. Shame on Boston. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. I'm sure there's many people in Boston that support freedom of speech, but I'm out. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Jack Posobiec, live from the streets of Washington, D.C. The left has overreached. They have become terrorists, shutting down anyone who disagrees.